Welcome back, or welcome to Yoga with Ciara. It's day 8 of Explore. And so we're going back to that foot thing we did at the very beginning of Explore, back to finding our ground, building upwards, and then we're adding spinal waves. My camera, I have really lost access to my big camera from that update that happened on my Mac. So I'm going to call Apple today and find out, where's my camera? So great, come sit and let's just settle in and find the sensations of this moment, the feeling of this moment in our bodies. Come. So lighting your candle. Taking aromatherapy if you're doing that. So beautiful. It's like I'm a bit like Pavlov's dog now. When I smell this smell, there's just this rush of sensation that happens down through my body. It's a trigger for connection and observation, which is really beautiful. So I just feel belly and heart and the deep of me. What do you feel? I feel this like poignant sweetness as I smell, like a longing in the deep of me. Nice. And then just rub down through your arms, down through your legs. Nice. And then just come to sit. So as you sit, just find this moment in your body. And so as you inhale and as you exhale, just find the sensations of now. Feeling the air through your nostrils, down into your lungs, the feeling of your breath in your belly. And then the tone and texture of the felt sense of you. So an inquiry that I often do is, if I was an animal, what kind of an animal would I be right now? What is the felt sense of this moment in my body? You really feel it in your skin, in the tone and the texture of your muscles, in the feeling of your torso and the textures of beingness in your torso. How wonderful. So I was a salmon. Oh, this really interesting sense of this really slinky, shiny, powerful, not huge like a dolphin, not small like a herring or a mackerel, but this like salmon, and heading out to the deep, dark ocean in my swim. How beautiful. Oh, that was beautiful. Um, how lovely. So come rest into your child's pose and we shall begin. So I'm going to have my toes tucked under as I sit my bum back so that I'm always leaning more and more into my feet, getting a sense of aliveness in my feet. So just sitting your bum back, whatever way. If your working edge is having your feet flat, then do that. If your working edge is having your heels high and your toes tucked under, then do that. always in wellness. So I love the edge. The edge is where I'm really well, I'm very steady, I have loads of resources and wellness in many different parts of my body. And there's one part of me that is working on softening and deepening or cultivating change somehow in that place. So I feel like my working edge right now is the soles of my feet and the balls of my feet, and it feels really delicious to meet that place. But if I had loads and loads of many different sensations going on, I might not be able to cultivate an edge in a new place. Just being in this pose might be enough with your knees and your lower back. So really decide, where is your working edge? Nice. Bring your feet to flat if they were sitting up, and bring them to up if they were sitting down. So just feel. Nice. And bring your hands to the floor, tuck your toes under, pull back into your downward dog. And now pull your heels back down towards the floor and spread your toes wide and spread your fingers wide and grab the floor with your toes and grab the floor with your fingers and then push down into your hands and lengthen back into your legs. Really finding that sense of this moment in your body. Bending your knees, lengthening your legs. Bending your knees, lengthening your legs. So I'm leaning into my calves as I do this. I was out for my walk this morning, and so I'm just really leaning in and wakening up the muscles and the tendons and the ligaments at the backs of my calves. Nice. Bring your knees to the floor. Sweep your feet over towards the right like a windscreen wiper, and then walk your hands back to the left and sit your bum down. So I'm sitting my bum down on the left and my feet are over towards the right. It's not quite zigzag because I'm still sitting on my left foot. Throw yourself forward. Bring your hands forward. Tuck your toes towards the right, left, and sit your bum down on the right. So it's like a tucked in, we do mermaid from this position sometimes. Right hand is on the floor, so you're leaning that way, or you're holding onto your left side and giving yourself support like that. Nice. Throw yourself forward. One more time each side. Tuck your toes to the right. Sit your bum down on the left. Can you do it without hands in wellness? If not, hold on to the floor. Always see what you need as support. Throw yourself forward. Bring your feet to the left. Sit your bum back, using your hands or not using your hands, seeing what's right for you. Throw yourself forward. Push back, downward dog. So I'm going to roll onto the balls of my feet and deep circle. And then roll in the other direction. And as I do this, I really feel my calves and my ankles and my feet. And it just feels really great. Bend one knee. And as you bend that knee, stretch into the ball of your foot. So you're really leaning into your toes. So it's not about my hips or my knees. It's all about my foot. That bending knee foot is really lengthening. And then do the other side. Bend the left knee. And really lean into the ball of your foot. Lean into your toes on the left. And then travel. Bend the right knee, lean into your foot. Bend the left knee, lean into your foot. Right knee, lean into your foot. The left knee. Cool. Walk your feet forward. Walk your hands back. Bring your elbows to your knees. And then just roll so that you're on the baby toe side of your feet. And then down. Nice. And then see if you can roll both ways. Baby toe side lifts, big toe side lifts, baby toe side lifts, big toe side lifts. Can you do opposites like skiing? Baby toe side, big toe, baby toe side, big toe. Nice. Come all the way up to stand. Come stand at the front of your mat. I think we've stood before, but not so obviously. So now we're standing, standing at the front of your mat. Feet are hip distance apart. Just feel all your toes on the floor. And then just lift the front of your feet up and then rise up onto your toes. Lift the front of your feet and then toes. And how do you do that? How do you balance when you lift the front of your feet? How do you balance when you lift the back of your foot, your heel? Lift, lift. Notice where your center of gravity travels to. As I lift the front of my foot, my center of gravity moves backwards into my body. When I lift the back of my feet, the center of gravity moves forwards. Just feel that. Nice. So reach your arms wide, bring your palms together, reaching up, looking up. Bending your elbows, bending your knees, coming all the way down. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Hands to your shins, lift your chest and look forward. Rounding your back, tuck your chin under. So we're going to do this movement a few times. Arching your back, lift your chest, look forward. So as we do this, we're just doing everything rounds forward and then everything arches. Everything rounds forward and everything arches. And I've lifted my hands a little bit higher up my shins so I get a deeper rounding and then a deeper arching. One more time. Everything rounds. My knees bend a little bit more as I round. And as I arch, my legs lengthen a little bit more as I lengthen. Hands to the floor. Step your right foot back. Drop your right knee to the floor. So I'm up on my fingertips. My right knee is tucked into my left shoulder. And around my back. Everything rounds. And then arching my back. Everything arches. So it's not so obvious here. How do you round and how do you arch? So if we just focus on the pelvis here, how do you arch your lower back? How do you round your lower back? Arch, round. Nice. Lift the right knee, step back into your plank. Pause in your plank. Hands are strong. Heels are pulling away. Round into your lower back. Pull backwards. Breathing into your belly. Nice. Drop your knees to the floor. Lower your belly all the way down. Land on the floor. Bring your elbows to the floor into Sphinx. That movement that we did the last few days. Squeeze your bum, lift your toes, grab the floor with your fingers, and then lengthen the top of your head up towards the ceiling as you lift up through your toes. And so my chin is tucking in, and I have a sense of really lifting through the back of my neck to rise upwards. Rather than lifting my chin forward, the back of my head is rising towards the ceiling. Breathing into your belly, really deepening into your belly. Nice. Bring your hands down, hands to the floor, push back into your cat. Rounding your back, everything round. Arching your back, everything arches. Rounding your back, everything rounds. Arching your back, everything arches. Rounding your back, everything rounds. Arching your back, everything arches. Nice. Push back into your downward dog. Lengthen. And then step your right foot forward between your hands, whatever way you do. Hop, skip, jump, help your right foot forward. Bring both hands to your front knee and rising upwards. So, rounding your back, draw your forehead down to your knee. Everything rounds. And then arching your back, lift your chest, look upwards. Everything arches. Rounding your back, forehead to your knee. Arching your back, lift your chest, look upwards. So rounding your back, you can reach your arms forward into diving. And as you rise up and pull your elbows down into swan, everything's arching. So rounding into dive. Arching into swan. Rounding into dive. Arching into swan. Nice. Bring both hands forward to your knee. Pause for a moment. Bring both hands forward. We're going to wrap. So bring both hands over towards the right. So right hand is behind your back. Left hand is over towards the right shoulder. And now twist towards the right. Drawing that left elbow more and more towards the right as you twist. Where is the comfortable place for your head to be? What direction do you point your nose in? Nice. Look forward towards that left elbow. Bring your left elbow down to your right knee. Perhaps lift your left knee off the floor. Pause there. So have your forearm more so than just your elbow. Forearm on the right knee. And then spiral by turning your chest towards the right. Drawing that right shoulder back. You can have your hand on your hip or hand spiraled around the back of you. So just check out. If you were to round your back here, what's the feeling? If you were to arch your back here, what's the feeling? So for me, I want to round a little bit because the tendency is that I'm arching. So if I ever so slightly round, I feel much more connection. Nice. Both hands to the floor, step forward. Rounding your back, tuck your chin under. Pause there. Perhaps bend your elbows and just round and deepen forward. Elbows to your knees, hands to your knees, slowly coming all the way up. Pause. Awesome, how cool. So reach your arms wide, bring your palms together, reaching up, looking up. Bending your elbows, bending your knees, coming all the way down, hands to the floor, forehead to your knees, hands to your shins. Have your hands really high, arch your back, look forward. Round your back, bend your knees more as you round your back. Arching your back, lengthen your legs as you look forward. Round your back, bend your knees more. Arching your back, look forward. Really discover, how is that whole rounding of your back? Everything rounds. And then the arching, everything arches. Super. Hands to the floor. Step your left foot back. Drop your left knee to the floor. From here, rounding your back. Arching your back. Rounding. Chin tucks under. Pelvis rolls under. Arching. Pelvis lifts. Chest lifts. Rounding. And arching. And then just your pelvis. Arch your lower back. Round your lower back. Arch your lower back. Round. One more time. Arch. Round. Great. Step back into your plank. Pause in your plank. Draw your navel towards your spine. Spine is strong and steady. Super. Knees to the floor, belly to the floor. So, the movement we did yesterday. I'm going to stay sideways actually. Bring your fingers wide and out to the side so your fingers are standing like spiders. And then tuck your chin under. Really pull your chin towards your chest and slowly reverse backwards with your chin really, really tucked in. And then when you come to a height that feels like your height, lift your face, look forward, and then dive forward with your chin forward. And then tuck your chin in deeply. Pull backwards like you're trying to hold a piece of paper underneath your chin. And then glide forward with your chin, come all the way down. I was saying in the strong class, you should feel like you have a big double chin when you do this. Not the most attractive move. It's hard to laugh and do this movement, so I'm not going to laugh, okay? My bum is squeezing, my heels have lifted, or my toes have lifted. One more time. Just feel that awesomeness in your shoulders, the sense of the rising. And then the dropping. Cool. Push back into your cat. Round your back. Arch. Round your back. Arch. And then step your left foot forward. Lengthen just for a moment your left leg, stretch it out behind you. Drop your left knee to the floor, rising up. So round your back, draw your forehead down to your knee. And then arching your back, look up towards the ceiling. Round your back, forehead down to your knee. Everything rounding, arch your back, everything arching. Cool. So stay with your hand on your knee or dive as you round. And then come into swan as you arch. Dive as you round. Arch. You could do this one-handed if you wanted to support the weight of your torso a bit more. Dive as you round. You could do it two-handed. Two hands on your knee or two arms moving. Nice. Bring both arms forward in front of you. Wrap towards the left. Left hand behind you, right hand on your shoulder. Twist towards the left more. Really feel that wrap, that rolling of the spine. Nice. Bring your right forearm down to your left knee. Lift your right knee off the floor. Twist your chest a little bit more towards the left. And notice if you were to round your back slightly or just have that intention of containing the spine slightly towards a rounding movement, suddenly I feel so much more power and strength through my spine. So if I'm going into the arching, it feels like I uncontain my spine. So contain your spine. Create length in that connectivity. Nice. Both hands to the floor. Step back. Come sit on the floor. Come lie on the floor. All the way down. Landing. Feet are flat. And drop your knees to the right. Find your breath. Really deepen into it. Come back to center. And then drop your knees to the right. Find your breath. Settle into it. Come back to center. And either just pause there with your feet flat or continue to rock from side to side if you feel like that would be supportive. You can bring the soles of your feet together. See, what would you do as the most supportive thing for your spine right now? That's yummy. Yum. That rounding and arching is really beautiful. I really like it. It's a very deep expression of my spine to find that in different movements. Rather than assuming that I'm in the right place, I'm always checking, is this right? I think I do that in life anyways. I never assume, well, maybe I do, but I try not to. I try not to assume that I know or that and so I was going, what's another way of looking at this? What's another way we could move in this? Exploring, deepening, being aware, feeling sensations. Wonderful. So I will see you all tomorrow. And tomorrow is Saturday. And we shall move and connect together. Nice, great. Have a great day. And ciao, ciao, Slán.